Yeah, I had to record this. I had to record this. So the arc of a circle is nothing but the part of a circle. We used to draw the arcs in construction. So that arc was nothing but a small part of a circle. Now we also said that the diameter is the longest chord, and diameter divides the circle into two equal halves, each called as a semicircle. If the arc is bigger than a semicircle, it becomes a major arc. If it is smaller than the semicircle, that arc becomes a minor arc. Similarly, now when I speak about sector, this year we are going to study something called as sector as well as segment. So now, suppose if I have a circle and a chord. So this is my chord AB. Now, see, when you are going to speak about a major arc, you will need 3 points. See, because this is also arc AB, the major arc, and the minor arc is also arc AB. So while writing a major arc, I will write, suppose if I write like this, arc ACB, then I understand it is going to be a ACB arc. And when I just write arc AB, that would be just an arc minor arc AB. So major arc will be always written with 3 letters. Will always be written with 3 letters, arc ACB. And which you can also write with the end points of the arc having a symbol of arc above it. For example, arc ACB, if I write like this, ACB with a symbol of arc, that would be called as an arc ACB, or arc AB, this becomes arc AB. Just as you know, what is this? AB with a bar over AB, what is that called as?
Line segment.
Line segment. That bar denotes it is a line segment. It becomes a segment AB. Likewise, this would become a arc AB. That is the symbol for an arc. When it is a minor arc, in the case of a minor arc, you don't need the third vertex. But in the case of a major arc, you will always need the third vertex. Till here, everything is fine. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, the area, the region between the chord and the arc is called as segment. I'm repeating myself. Region between chord and arc. This is the chord AB and this is the arc AB. So this is a segment. Similarly, this is the chord AB and this is the arc ACB. So this part is also a segment. So the segment made up by a minor arc would be minor segment. So this I am going to call as a minor segment. This is going to be a minor segment for me. I will write the name as a minor segment. And this is going to be the major segment. What? The area. So I'm just going to shade that area. This area, the region between chord and the arc. This is a minor segment. And this is a major segment. Do you understand what is a major segment, what is a minor segment now, all of us?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes, so
region, the area of the circle, the part of the area of the circle between the chord and the arc. One would be major, one would be minor. Similarly, when in a circle, if we have an arc, say AB is the arc, and the radii from the end points. So this OA and OB will be the radius. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
yes,
From the center to the point on the circle, from the so this OA and OB are the radii drawn from the end points of an arc. AB are the end points of minor arc as well as AB are the end points of major arc. So this portion, this region between whom? Between the arc and the radii drawn from the end points of the arc is called as a sector of a circle. Just as this is called as a segment, this is called as a sector. So similarly, this is the arc, the major one. If I take a point C, this is the major arc ACB and radii drawn from the endpoints. For ACB also the endpoints are A and B. So this remaining sector would be called as major sector. This would be called as minor sector. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So now we have, just as we have major arc and minor arc, we will have a major segment and a minor segment. We will have a major sector and a minor sector. Yes or no?
yes, so
Again, that major and minor sector, they are also nothing but the areas. They are also nothing but the areas. Are you understanding, all of you children?
Yes, sir.
So this is the basics about all these things. So let us start writing the basic things first. Write down circles. Name of the topic is circles. Circles. Yes. So what is a circle? Circle is a collection of points. Circle is a collection of points. Which points?
Equidistance from a center.
equidistant points.
Correct, which are equidistant from one central point. That central point is called as what?
Center.
Center of the circle is called as the center of the circle. The central point is called as the center of the circle, and the equal distance of any point on the circle and the center is called as the radius of the circle. Is called as the radius of the circle. Is called as the radius of the circle. Draw this major and minor segment wala figure somewhere. and draw freehand figure with the pen itself. Don't do time pass. We have to write all these definitions. Just write down all these things first. He is called as radius of the circle. Chord. A line segment joining any 2 points on the circle is called as chord of the circle. Segment AB is the chord of the circle with center O. And mark and keep the center O as well. With the center O. Diameter. TRE is also okay, TER is also okay. The longest chord of the circle which passes through its center is called as the diameter. It's called as the diameter. The diameter of a circle divides the circle in two equal parts called as semicircles. Called as semicircles. Written till here?
Yes, sir.
Write down next point. About circles only we had to write one more line. Here in the circles, the central point is called the center. Here in the definition of circle itself, just add one point somewhere. Do you have some place? If not, then write here. If you don't have the place there, then write somewhere in a new. But this is a very important point. Huh? I will write it over here only. New place I will write it. You also write a new place. A circle divides the plane on which it is drawn into how many parts?
3 parts.
3 parts. Which are those? Interior of the circle,
Exterior.
exterior,
Exterior. On the circle.
On this.
the circle itself we can say. Exterior of the circle and the circle itself. And the circle itself. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Underline these important points. Immediately underline important points. Circle divides the plane into three parts. Fine. Write down next. Arc of a circle. What is the arc of a circle? A part of a circle is called as arc of the circle. Any part of the circle is called as arc of the circle. An arc which is smaller than a semicircle is called as minor arc, denoted with the help of its endpoints. Arc AB और AB के ऊपर वो आर्क का सिंबल ड्रॉ करो और RAB or arc AB is the minor arc of the circle. And an arc which is bigger than a semicircle is called as major arc with the help of one more point between the endpoints. Arc ACB or arc ACB is the major arc of the circle. The center of a circle lies in the region containing the major arc. Center lies in the region containing the major arc. This is the symbol of arc ACB or arc AB. Show it. Immediately draw the figure to its right. So we had written about chord AB, right? So draw the same. A, B, C. Right here. Arc ACB. This is arc AB. This is the major. This is the minor. Show here the center O. Another point. segment of a circle. The region of the circle between the chord and arc is called as segment of the circle. Segment containing the major arc is called as major segment. While segment containing the minor arc is called as the minor segment. Is called as the minor segment. Segment ACB is the major segment. Segment AB is the minor segment. And show here major and minor segments. Major segment, minor segment. Show with your pencil or blue pen some shading. That is the region between the chord and the arc. And then show it with some other color. If possible, show one with black and one with blue. That was the major segment. This was the minor segment. Major segment and minor segments. Correct? Finished?
Yes, sir.
So segment is the region between chord and arc. Finished? Next. Again, quickly draw a circle. And now we'll show the sectors. Major sector and minor sector. So write down with another star mark sector of a circle. So what is the sector of a circle? The region between or bound by. Between and bound means the same. Between the things or bounded by the things. So the region bound by the arc of a circle and the radii drawn from the endpoints of the arc. So if AB is the arc, A and B are the endpoints, and radii from A and B are AO and BO. So the region between the arc of a circle and radii from the endpoints of the arc is called as sector of the circle. The sector containing or bound by minor arc is called as minor sector, and the sector bound by major arc is called as major sector. Sector AB is the minor sector. Sector ACB is the major sector. Wait. Not AB. Sector AOB. Sector is always named with the central, with the center. And this is called as major sector AOB. Major sector AOB. So I will write it over here. Wait here. While naming the sector of a circle, we write the endpoints of the sector including the center of the circle. We write the endpoints of the sector including the center of the circle. Including the center of the circle. So sector AOB will be called as minor segment, minor sector, while major sector AOB will be called as. So when I speak about major sector, I will have to specifically write there major sector AOB. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So when I say sector AOB, by default it will be considered as a minor sector. But when I say major, or when I want to speak about this, I will specifically say major sector AOB, then major sector AOB. Who can tell me now a simple question which is required for your grade 10, but just tell me. The perimeter of a sector is equal to what? Perimeter means what, right? Who can tell me what is the meaning of perimeter?
Boundary.
Not collection of all sides. Perimeter means boundary. When it is sides, then sides, or else it is boundary. Now in this case, consider the minor sector AOB. What is its boundary?
Two radius and the arc.
Very good. So R plus length of arc. So I'm going to write over here. Radius plus length of arc. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That would be R plus L, which would should ultimately be 2r plus L. This is what you should understand now, that the perimeter is going to be 2r plus L, length of the arc. That is right in the figure also, r plus r plus L. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So there is a difference between sector and segment. Sector is region between radius and arc. Segment is region between chord and arc. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. Exercise 10.1. The center of a circle lies in the interior of the circle. Write down the answers. A point whose distance from the center of a circle is greater than its radius. Where will the point lie? Interior or exterior? A point whose distance from the center is greater than the radius.
Exterior.
Exterior.
Obviously, it
Exterior.
will lie in the exterior. The longest chord of a circle is a
Diameter.
Diameter.
an arc is a dash when its ends are the ends of a diameter.
Semicircle.
Yes, because a diameter will always form a semicircle. Segment of a circle is the region between an arc and, what is segment? Region between arc and chord. Region between arc and chord is a segment, and circle divides the plane on which it lies in how many parts?
3
3.
Write down the full sentences. Huh? Everybody will write the full sentences. Don't just write the answers. Don't just write the answers. Complete these 6 fill in the blanks. Let the meeting get over. Quickly rejoin all of you. Question number 2 also we are going to finish now only. Just finish these 6 fill in the blanks in complete sentences. And let the meeting get over. We will rejoin. And I